He cannot afford to lose, motherfucker. Darwin Núñez. Nunez. Come on, boy. Let's go. Bro, I was about to record the rant of the decade about this Liverpool team. And I'm like, what is it about Januaries where Liverpool cannot put it together and finish the title race? But a hero was needed and a hero emerges against all odds. He produces another piece of magic. He produces another Newcastle-esque performance and saves us at the death of the match. 90 plus minutes, 2 goals. It was so damn lit that my stream crashed as soon as the first goal went in. They must have, like, all of Merseyside must have just shut down the entire stream. And my God, this is one of those moments where you just look at it and you're like, this is a defining point in the season. This is going to either keep the momentum going this way, because it was going this way, right? Or it crashes and burns here, right? And this was a pivotal performance. With all the rumors about Saudi, with all the rumors about the contracts expiring, Man City going on a spending spree, and us looking over there like a jealous girlfriend and stuff like that. This was the result that was needed. All of the trash that Frank talked about, how Liverpool are going to go on a skid. If anything, I'd be back in Arsenal. All the stuff that he talked about us. We finally get justice. We finally get a deserved victory where we were just pelting that goal. Attempt after attempt after attempt. And we needed a clinical touch. And it came from the most unlikely source in Darwin Núñez. We had like over 30 shots and like 6 of them were on target. And we equaled the same amount of shots on target that Brentford actually had. And it just shows we need a clinical touch in that final third. And when you feed the boy the ball, he tends to finish it. Instead of having your forward catering to his wingers and Mo Salah and Cody Gakpo or Luis Diaz, give him the damn ball. Let him finish the fucking ball. And that's what happened. Darwin Núñez. That's the video. Darwin Núñez. And to think about some of the comments that Arne Slot made in the week about Darwin, how he knew the goals would come. He knew that Darwin would start coming good. We needed to play in a different way. You know, and I'm paraphrasing the quote, but he's not playing in a way that benefits his strengths. And today we were able to benefit his strengths. He made runs. He got into dangerous positions over and over and over. And we were able to reap the benefits of that. And that's what happened last season. People forget Darwin had a great season last season. He had 30 plus goal contributions. I was one of the only ones that was backing him. And it wasn't until recently where I stopped backing the boy. And I'm a fool for that. I was wrong. I will mature enough to say I was wrong about Darwin Núñez. And hearing some of those comments about what Arne Slot said about Darwin makes me think maybe he's actually thinking of building the squad and the team around Darwin, kind of like how he did Jimenez at Feyenoord, instead of it or being around a winger and Mo Salah, like how Klopp built the Liverpool side. So we might see a great transition. We might see a great, fire sale and a great migration of this Liverpool team. And this might be the last dance for a lot of our favorites that we know. And we may see a whole new generation of Liverpool players coming in. And maybe that's why there's no spending in the transfer market with FSG. But that's a whole nother video that I'm going to be putting out on Monday, a whole breakdown on what I think the mindset is behind that whole thing. But god damn, did we need this result. And while you guys are at it, make sure you guys comment down below. Did you see it coming? Did your stream crash? And comment where you're watching from as well. And if you could, please leave a like on the video. It helps the channel a whole ton. I'm also going to put our Discord link down there below. We talk everything and all things Liverpool pretty much 24/7, so you can hear absolute nonsense all the time. But I appreciate you all for subscribing from the last video. And of course, if you decide to subscribe in this video. So let's talk about the match. Now that the emotions are worn off a little bit, this was not like the best performance that you've ever seen from Liverpool. And you have to look back. I mean, we've gone almost 5 games without getting a win. I'm not counting the Accrington Stanley result. it was a tough spell, and it was a little bit like deja vu, kind of like how when last season in January where this slide happened, Mo Salah was on fire, all of a sudden stopped firing, Trent got injured, all of these things kind of started to reoccur. Konate got injured again, right? And we were almost feeling like, damn, this is where Arsenal catches up to us, or this is where City go on a run after spending $200 million and somehow catch up to us because we just cannot seem to put it together and get it in the back of the net. This is a pivotal moment, man. This changes everything, I think. This sends this league back, our league title, our league charge, back into an upward trajectory. And Darwin Núñez, when we needed him the most, he stepped up and he made it happen. And he's my man of the match in this match, especially with Diogo Jota being out. We don't know how long he's going to be out for, but I don't think we can really rely on Jota. We can't put our season's hopes on Jota. We need a center forward that we can put in there and grab the game by the scruff of the neck, like I've been saying over the past handful of weeks, and go get us a goal. Go win us a match. And Darwin has that in him, and we know that. And we've seen that multiple times with Darwin with these last minute winners and these stoppage time at the depth, absolutely clinical finishes from him. We just needed more. And maybe we need to start gearing the team towards him, who is more so the future of the club versus Salah, who's more so of the past and the present in the club. And we may see that happening in a very unconventional and against like pretty much everything that we've seen kind of going on moment here. Nunez actually might be put in a position to be the main guy, which will explain why the Saudi Arabian bid was turned down, right? But this game, it pretty much spells out what the majority of this month has been for Liverpool. We were actually quite bad today. If you look at these stats here, we had so many chances. So the XG was out of this world, and we just could not find the back of the net. This is probably one of the least clinical and probably the worst performances that we've seen in front of goal pretty much all year. I believe there's like maybe 4 or 5 other examples of here. I'll put that here of how we've had 20 plus attempts on goal. And we're like the only team to do that all season. That just shows you we really need a clinical finisher in there. And I hope that is Darwin Núñez. And I hope this is the start of something really good and a good run of form in for him. But you'd have to think if a player like Alexander Isak or Erling Haaland gets all of those chances today, they're probably walking away with a hat trick. And then that's why Nunez almost did, right? But you have to think Luis Diaz is not a 9. The experiment has to end here. And Cody Gakpo just has to work on being a lot more direct. And Mo Salah has fallen off a cliff a little bit. The January curse has kind of resumed for Mo Salah, where he starts every season off super, super hot, bags a bunch of goals and assists, and then out of nowhere, his form just completely dips. And he hasn't been great in the last handful of games, if we want to be very, very honest here. And we're going to exclude the absolute chaos that happened at the end of that game, but they just were not good enough, if that makes sense. I'd love to see Federico Chiesa get some time in on that left wing. I think him and Darwin Núñez and their willingness and their bias to make things happen, take shots, be dangerous, run in behind, make runs, actually make a lot more sense than keeping Gakpo and Diaz in this 11 in such a bad run of form. Liverpool need to be better, and Arne Slot will know that, right? I think that we will celebrate the victory today, but Arne Slot will know that Liverpool need to be better if they want to continue to kick on and they want to continue to compete for this title. But they know that this is a key moment in the season, and it feels almost like a turning point, right? Anything less than a win here today would have been the opposite of what it feels like right now as a Liverpool fan, of feeling hopeful, feeling okay, we got a little bit more breathing space. This feels like momentum is back in our favor. It would have been the opposite if this would have been anything other than a win today. And I think in the next handful of games, it has to be the same thing as well, right? So let's talk a little bit about what happens next. So we have Champions League in the midweek. We're back in the Premier League following that. we have to get wins in pretty much the next 5 games, I believe. I think Champions League is an opportunity for us to rotate out the squad, maybe give Chiesa some time in, maybe give Elliott and Jones some time in. They both looked very rusty and slow today. Szoboszlai actually played really good today and was unlucky, probably not to get a few goals himself, and looked a lot more like the Szoboszlai that we bought from RB Leipzig. So we'll see what ends up happening in this thing. We'll see what happens at the end of the season. I know I'm looking a little bit too far ahead, but as for the right now, we are firmly in a title race, and Darwin Núñez may have just saved this title race. And big shout out to Ibu Konate. He would be my man of the match if Darwin Núñez didn't do the impossible at the end there. He played a fantastic game, covered well for Trent, and he looks like he's back at his best. A clean sheet. Finally, again, finally another clean sheet for Alisson. So let me know what you guys think down below. Who was your man of the match? What was your biggest takeaway from this match? And don't forget, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.